What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. It is Monday. Lineman Life Live here. I am your observant lineman, Uche Nwaneri, here with my co-host, Justin Blaylock.
What's good?
It's Monday, and yes, there are things to talk about today in the world of sports. As always, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so that you can get notified each and every time that we go live or when we drop videos. Appreciate y'all for jumping in here and joining with us today. It's fantasy football season, y'all. It's fantasy football season in the NFL. This is a rage that obviously everyone knows about. This is just part of the culture now. And we here at Lineman Life have decided to start our own fantasy football league. If you have not already seen the link that is pinned at the top of the chat, take a look, take a gander there. Click on that link if you'd like to join. If you'd like to join the Fantasy Football League, we have 20 spots, not including me and Justin. But if you choose to jump into the Fantasy League, the password for the league is O-Line, OL 2022. OL 2022. We obviously would love for as many people to jump in on this league as possible. As you can see here, we're kind of set up. I'm the commissioner of the league. And as you can see there, my team is called the Bishop Sycamore High School. We are a online football program that thrives in bringing our players to new heights of awareness through our collective group participation. For every player you bring onto the team and get to buy our product, you get a piece of that commission. Some call it a Ponzi scheme, but I call it getting that money. So if you'd like to join, definitely hit that link. We'll be having our our fantasy football draft on the 5th, which will be next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll be 30 minutes into the show. And Wednesday, we hope to have our fantasy football guru in on the show with us, providing his tips. David Ricard, providing his tips on the fantasy picks you should be making going into week 1 of the NFL season. And it is about to be week 1. A lot of players being informed whether or not they're going to be with their teams that they're currently with. You know, it's one of those weeks where you kind of cut your phone off and just hang out at the crib and just show up like nobody said anything. Like,
was it Black Tuesday or whatever?
Black Tuesday. Think about tomorrow by like 3 p.m. Every NFL team has to have their roster down to 53 men. Because Wednesday is the start of the week, and they're going to give players the opportunity to get a couple days rest while you wait to hear what your fate is.
Boy.
So I mean, look,
there's some tight buttholes right now.
There's some booty holes that could break a penny right now if you try. Because I mean, look. It's a cutthroat business now, and it is a business. So there are people who are going to be, somewhat disappointed. There's going to be people who are shocked. Yeah. There's going to be veterans who are going to be shocked. We've already seen some of that. The Jaguars traded Chenault. Chenault Jr. has been traded from Jacksonville to Carolina. Jaguars just keep finessing the Panthers every time with these trades. And there's a number of players who have been released. Longtime punter from Tennessee Titans. He just got released. Another punter, I believe, who refused to take there was another punter who refused to take a pay cut. And they released him.
Yeah.
But, there's just been a number of different transactions going around the league. It's just kind of how it goes. So good luck if you are on the bubble, waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, may the odds be ever in your favor.
For real. Because it's the Hunger Games now, baby. You fight food.
Gotta survive out
The
here.
Hunger Games now. It's survival now. But I see some people asking about the league. The league is open. The league is open to anyone who wants to join. We've got, I believe, I think we have 18 spots really that are open. And again, the draft will be next Monday. So if you'd like to join in, click that link. It's pinned in the chat in the comment section. And the password for the league is OL 2022. So appreciate you guys for checking that out for us. But now let's talk a little bit about hazing in sports. And this is something that is really connected, particularly with football, because there have been a number of incidents that have happened in some high schools around the country that are causing, a bit of an uproar in the communities because of the fact that, we might see it as locker room type behavior, but there is a certain extent that you can go to with hazing before it becomes abuse. So you got to be careful with that. And we were always careful with that when I was in Jacksonville. A matter of fact, actually, Bleacher Report actually had the 10 most diabolically badass rookie hazing stories in NFL history. And might I add, number 1, yours truly. Kevin Haslam is all kinds of inappropriate. The best rookie hazing story in NFL history belongs to none other than Kevin Haslam, formerly of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Basically, this picture says it all. My only request is that you don't look at this picture if any small children or ultra-sensitive people are around. Haslam's hazing is the definition of rookie hazing. It's inappropriate, hilarious, and embarrassing all at the same time. Basically, the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise wrapped up into one fantastic haircut. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that I am the greatest hazer that ever was, ever will be, when I tell you that I am the greatest, I mean it. Because there lies before you the greatest hazing ever done in the NFL, in the history of the NFL.
That's in perpetuity. That's not going away.
It's never going anywhere. That's forever. Forever, you understand?
Forever?
Let me show a better picture. Closer up picture. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Old Kevin Haslam made him famous.
Damn.
Actually shut down hazing for the Jaguars after that because they were not to allow it anymore. Ooh, but yes, I did draw a big dick on the top of his head. And he was not the only one I put a big dick on their head. There was another Caucasian trainer who also fell victim to the same haircut with the big split balls here, the long shaft, and the mushroom head. That was all me, baby. I put a milkshake in the back of the fat boy's head. We had a fat boy in the training room. I put a milkshake on the back of his head. He lived with donuts on the top. He loved it. Mm-hmm. He loved it. But yes, as you can see, your boy has talent. Number 1 in NFL history, hazing. Remember that. When people ask you who did it the best, who's the best that ever was, ever is, ever could be, your boy right here. Never forget that. Now, as for my hazing experience as a rookie, well, they knew I wasn't about that shit.
Right.
They were talking about cutting my dreads off, and I was like, you try to cut my dreads off, and we fighting. And we're going to fight until either I'm unconscious, y'all cut my shit off, or I'm out of this bitch in my car taking off down I-95. So instead, they cut off all my facial hair. So they cut off my eyebrows, my beard, my mustache. I looked like the Predator. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And then, of course, you had the stuff. You had to carry the pads. You had to carry stacks of shoulder pads, which, I mean, when I was a rookie, there was another rookie who was like a 7th rounder on the O-line. So I kind of was like, hey, motherfucker, go get them pads. I kind of punked him a little bit. I was like, nah, I ain't going to go pick up nothing. So, I found ways around it. Not going to lie. Found ways around it. I did piss off the O-line a good amount. I'll say that I probably went too far when I was asked to go fill up the coffee pot for the coffee in the morning. We were having a meeting. It was the quarterbacks and the O-line in the O-line meeting room. So we had all the QBs, Dave Garrard, Luke McCown, Dirk Cutter was our offensive coordinator. So he was in there as well. And, I was like, I'm not finna go track down 10 water bottles to fill this thing up with for them to make coffee. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is me in the facility, in the Jaguars facility. I'm in the hallway with this empty coffee pot. I walk down to the in-stadium bathroom. I'm like, hey, water's water, right?
Damn. I can already see where this is going.
Fill that coffee pot up with water. I walk it back into that damn meeting room and I sit it down on the coffee machine, start pouring it into the top. And our O-line coach, Andy Heck, goes, Uche, what the hell is that? And I'm like, what? He's like, raise that water pot up. That coffee pot up. I raise it up. And I was like, God damn, this shit is like murky brown. I'm like, you trying to fucking kill us? I'm like, hey. I let the faucet run for like 20 seconds before I put it under the water.
Oh, Jesus.
That means I got bad water in this mug. Shit, who's going to drink anything in here?
Y'all just a step above Flint.
Just a step above. The only thing we missing is the lead.
Yeah. God
But
dang, man.
I think that was probably the worst because they were genuinely pissed off because they were like, you just don't give a fuck, do you? I'm like, no, not really. I really don't. But I do recognize that this is some dirty water. It's not doesn't look as clean as I thought it looked. But it's early in the morning. I couldn't really see it that well. I'm waking up too. But yeah, that was probably that was the moment they decided they were going to stick my ass when we got to the rookie dinner because I ended up paying $15,000.
Right. Dinner. Yeah, that's why I didn't pay that much for my rookie dinner, and I was a 2nd round pick.
I was a damn 5th round pick. They're like, yeah, buddy, bottle of Patriots, bottle of fucking Louis XIII, everything.
I think I paid like 10 or 12 grand.
I was like, there's no way that this, at the time it was Wachovia instead of Wells Fargo. I was like, there's no way this Wachovia card's going to accept this. There's no way. There's just no way. This like $15,400 in one night? Nah, you
got to make that call beforehand.
Hey, man, I'm telling you. But you know what? I had been to like I had been out places and tried to spend like $300 and they declined my shit because them cats are picky about what they let you buy.
You're gonna see a crazy charge tonight. It's got to go through though.
I just was like, there's no way. I was convinced. I was like, there's no debit card that's gonna let you run for $15,500. Like I would be pissed at the bank if they let that run. And they let it run. I'm just sitting there like, whoa, what?
So this is how y'all do.
So this how y'all do, huh? Y'all just let cats just run my card for whatever, huh?
Oh.
Ooh. Anyways.
That's some tough shit right there.
Rookie dinners are tough. That's probably I think that's like the peak of the hazing in the NFL. It's just the rookie dinners. You get guys that get
we had to do we had to like get up and sing our fight song or some shit. Also,
sing your fight song or do a talent show.
We also had a couple comedy shows, but nothing that's anywhere close to this shit. I think
I'll never forget when we did our comedy show. Shit, we did That was what do we do? It was me and my teammate, a defensive end. Actually, he was a defensive end, so he wasn't on the O-line, but he was a rookie. We did that scene from Next Friday where Pinky pulls up in the CD store, and I come walking out from the back. He's like, "Day-Day, that's your cousin." That whole scene where he's like, "Say what? One more, motherfucker! I swear to God, this shit is over. But I ain't playing."
Right. Oh man,
we did that scene. That shit was perfect.
That's fun. A little humbling for the young guys. But it gives the old guys a little bit of a slight peek, at your personality. See what kind of guy you're going to be in the locker room and shit. But it's not dangerous. It's not humiliating. I mean, you're not going to get sick, doing it like some of these other stunts that people are doing now.
Yeah, and that brings us to, and before we get into that, let me just show this super chat here. Justin Morgan for $2. Appreciate that. It says, "Hey Uche, how much for a shape up? Normally we do about $20 for the edge up, $35 for the cut. But if you want a design cut in it, that's an extra $15. Right. So you're looking at about $50 overall, about $50 all up.
Hit it with the razor. That's another 10 right there.
If I hit you with the razor on the sides, hit you with the razors on the sides, that's gonna be another 10. Yeah.
I mean, we
take care of you.
Exponential, every little thing.
We just monetize our shit. That's all. We monetize every little bit. That's it. You know what I mean? But no, it's hazing has become, it's hard to really explain where it's evolved to, because there is still plenty of hazing that goes on in sports that you never hear about. It's harmless. It's prankish, and it's things that kind of go under the radar. So to the vast majority, these hazing setups are generally just part of the culture of of creating kind of a pecking order, and just it's like an initiation into the group. Mm-hmm. For lack of a better term. And
hey, I did it. Next guy's gonna do it.
You know what I mean? I mean, look, man, I was pissed that card went through. I made sure every motherfucker, every rookie for the rest of the time I was in Jacksonville paid dearly.
They're gonna feel my pain.
They're gonna feel my wrath. They're gonna feel it. I told these motherfuckers before we even get to the dinner, hey, you gonna get me a bottle, me a bottle of Louis XIII. And I ain't sharing it with nobody.
Woo.
That was my requirement. But there has been a number of very serious hazing incidents that have actually created a bit of turmoil in the communities where these things have happened. We're going to take a look here at this first video. This is coming from, again, and they're pretty good with this type of stuff, TYT Sports. This is just today. This is going over a hazing incident that happened in Pennsylvania. And I think there are a number of schools that are involved in it, but let's listen to this, and we'll react as we go through, and we'll talk about it and kind of, and move on to the next, because this ain't the only one. There's another one. Oh, you know what? I can't even pull it up. I think it just, let me reload this real quick. Oh, you sons of.
Yeah, these kids are getting out of hand. I'm like, where are they even? How do you come up with some of this shit?
Yeah, look, man, these kids are weird nowadays. They're weirdos. You know what I mean? I don't know where they get these ideas from, but as we go through this, you'll see that it's just like, why would this be the route you would take when you want to haze somebody? Like, hazing is it's like self-deprecating for the individual, but also it's also kind of, it's not something you have to forcefully put on them. You shouldn't have to physically force them to be a part of it. It's kind of, because you don't want it to be something that's too damaging to them, like from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, you still got to play.
Exactly. You still got to play sports. You still got to do your job, and ain't nobody gonna want to hear shit about no hazing when it's time to go to work. So
right, if I'm sitting over here,
whoever's doing it is going to be the person.
If I tear a knee up doing whatever it is, in the league,
gonna be somebody gonna get cut.
Hell to pay.
Somebody's gonna get cut.
To pay. Yeah,
especially if you a starter level player. Oh no, somebody's getting cut.
Yes, heads got to roll.
So we're gonna go through this. We're gonna look at this video. There's another, and while we're sitting here, while I'm sitting here, let me pull this up real quick because.
Oh, these kids off the chain right here.
Okay. All right, I got this one. Wow. Whew. Oh, that's gonna be fun. All right, let's look at this first video and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll go from there. So this is. Oh, hold on. Damn it.
Oh no. Right. And now that this shit's out, there's gonna be copycats.
Oh, dude, you already know it's gonna get more stupid before it gets
because someone has to top this.
Yeah. And as long as there are likes on it online and social media, they will continue to do it, and they'll continue to, try and one up each other. So let's take a look at this video, and then we'll discuss.
One Pennsylvania high school is canceling its entire football season because of reports of hazing. 2 other Pennsylvania high schools are investigating hazing allegations tied to their football team.
Hazing in high school sports has no place, but unfortunately, it remains commonplace.
First, we start on August 11th. So this happened at the Middletown area high school. This is about 10 miles from Harrisburg, from the capital. And what happened is the district became aware of an alleged hazing incident, as you see there, that was captured on video on August 11th at practice. So the players who were allegedly involved were removed from the team pending an investigation. That investigation opened on August 12th. Then you see on the 15th, the football coach resigned. And then the superintendent yesterday sent this letter out noting that they had become aware of additional video, Jake, which demonstrates that the hazing was much more widespread, in the words of the superintendent, and involved many more students than previously known. And said that led to the decision to cancel the entire football season.
As you heard.
Wow.
I mean, that escalated quickly.
I got to know what they were doing. Quickly. You start the investigation the next day. Coach quits 2 days later.
Hey, that means all hell is about to break loose.
Right.
Oh my.
Right.
That means there could be civil liability in this, especially if it was more widespread, which means there's negligence there by the coach, or he knew about it and didn't do anything to stop it, depending on what it was. It became, considered potential abuse. You could make that argument. But I mean, that's a quick timeline. That is a quick timeline. I mean, look at this. This is not even 2 weeks.
Yeah, the whole thing is 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's about 13 days. Yeah, right at 2 weeks. 11th, the alleged hazing incident happens. 12th, they open investigation. 15th, head coach is like,
how did if the shit went down and the very next day they're investigating? Who snitched that fast?
Somebody snitched with all kinds of evidence.
Like somebody snitched as it was happening.
For real.
They was out of here. It was one of the backups. One of the backups.
And it's like it's so bad that the football season gets canceled. Not even a game. Not even like 3 games or 6 games. Right. They say, look, we can't even play. There's too many cats we got to suspend.
Yeah, the cats that didn't do shit, the transfer, can you still, have a season at this point?
Ooh.
This is probably the last thing you're worried about, but somebody still wants to play football. They're going to try to get to a different school in a couple days.
This shit is straight. This is look, it's on CNN. It's made national news.
Yeah. This isn't like a shaving cream pie to the face. This is surely some diabolical.
This is some straight up, potentially disastrous consequences for these people, the school district, everyone involved, and I mean, it's crazy. And this isn't the only one. There's another big one going on in Texas. Another big national news. It's on like this. The other video we're going to look at, or the other article we're going to take a look at, is coming off of Fox News.
Yeah, they had some
and
details.
That's even they're even like, what the hell's going on here?
Wieners on the glass.
All right. Let's continue on and see where this goes.
Widespread in that led to the decision to cancel the
school district has called off the football season because of a troubling video that has surfaced. The Middletown area school district called the August 11th cell phone video disturbing and upsetting. The head football coach at Middletown Area High resigned within days of the video surfacing, and Lower Swatara Township Police were contacted per officials. Team members had been in the high school turf room used for heat acclimation practice sessions when cell phone video showed a group of students restraining two of their teammates and using a muscle therapy gun and another piece of athletic equipment to poke their buttock area, the superintendent said. The players remained fully clothed and no penetration appeared to have occurred, he said, calling the video difficult to watch and the acts completely unacceptable, offensive, and highly inappropriate. Shockingly,
so they was massaging each other's buttholes over the clothes. Is that what I'm getting? But just the rim.
Oh my goodness!
No actual.
They said, "Look, all we did was rim him. We rimmed him a little bit with the massager.
We didn't penetrate."
But hold on now. Like, what kind of weird ass shit is that?
Yeah,
and I mean, look.
Somebody catching these hands.
Somebody got to catch. See, look, they had two cats hold them down.
They can catch it too.
Held down to the ground. Oh man, and you know how these motherfuckers do. They snuck up on him while they're getting ready for practice or coming in from practice, and they jump on him, hold him down. And then somebody got, and how did he get the massage therapy gun? Like, that must have come from the training room.
And that's,
so you thinking that now the trainers might be in on it.
This school got money. Those Theraguns are like hundreds of dollars.
Hey, them things are expensive and they are powerful because they're meant to like break up those knots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It is not meant for sensitive areas.
Yeah, and I mean, come on. Look, and they said they attached something else to it to poke them with it. Like, hold on, man, we got to back up here. This is some shit. Okay.
Video
the video's out there, but I'm scared to look at it.
Two of their teammates and using.
Oh man, and you know what? I didn't even think about that. Look, yeah, Twitter is undefeated. Let me see if I can find it. What is this school's? PA School District, Middleton Area High School. Yeah.
I don't want fucking NSA showing up on my door talking about I'm watching kids get fucked with the damn massage gun.
So sir, tell us what were you doing on August 29th at 8:13 p.m. When you logged into to this computer and you were watching a hazing video of some underage kids. What was going on there? I'm like, shit.
Yeah, hard to talk your way out of child porn, man.
And high school hazing. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Twitter.
At whatever point I'm able to get up, everybody's catching the fade.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the moment that I get up off that ground, somebody gonna get that shit broke up.
Yeah.
You gonna need a new job, cuz.
As the champ said in Harlem Nights, somebody getting knocked the fuck out.
Oh shit. Okay.
It might be me, but somebody getting knocked the fuck out.
See, this is the downside of having this of having this VPN set up while we're running this, is because I found videos for this hazing incident, but I can't get onto it because the VPN's got me in London. Anyways, there's video out there.
Now it's an Interpol case because you're watching kid porn
like,
from across
Mr.
the
Nwaneri,
pond.
you've got some questions to answer. I'm sorry. I was just trying to inform my people, my audience.
Now MI6 is on it. You're really fucked.
Let's see. So it says, and he just goes through it.
A muscle therapy gun and another piece of athletic equipment to poke their buttock area, the superintendent said. The players remained fully clothed and no penetration appeared to have occurred, he said, calling the video difficult to watch and the acts completely unacceptable, offensive, and highly inappropriate. Shockingly, in the state, Middletown is not an isolated incident. In Western Pennsylvania, the Mohawk High School football team paused its season after reports of yet another hazing incident. Michael Latara, superintendent of the Mohawk Area School District, said in a statement that the football team has been put on hold through Sunday. That means Friday's home game against Quaker Valley had been canceled. The investigation into allegations involving the JV and varsity football program is ongoing, Latera's statement read. Because this matter involves minor students and matters protected by student confidentiality, the district will not be providing additional details while the investigation is pending. We'll provide as much info as possible while still respecting student privacy rights when the investigation has been completed. The hazing incidents were revealed in waves, with the videos first surfacing August 12th and the head football coach, Scott Ackrey, resigning August 15th. The district said at the time it would continue with the season as they thought the issue was isolated. But when at least one additional video surfaced, the district canceled the season and admitted the hazing was more widespread than initially thought. Experts who analyzed some of the videos told Penn Live it was sexualized hazing, which has gained favor in recent years as the quickest way to completely humiliate. At Northern Pennsylvania's Athens area high school, allegations
what the
of
fuck is
bullying,
going on in
hazing,
Keystone
and
State,
improper
man?
behavior among varsity and JV football players are being investigated. The district superintendent and its athletics director said in a joint letter posted Wednesday on Facebook. The letter stated they will not be pausing or canceling the season at this time. We do not feel that it is necessary to take punitive actions against players who did not participate in these incidents, the marching band, and cheerleaders who also perform at football games. Pennsylvania State Police were notified about the allegations in accordance with district policy, according to the letter. The incidents that are being investigated occurred over a series of dates leading back to a mid-July football camp at Bloomsburg University and up to preseason practices that took place in our school facilities, the letter reads.
What the fuck is wrong with these kids, man? And how do they even come up with this shit?
I mean,
I got a great idea. Let's gang up and hold him down, and I'm gonna massage his butthole.
Let's shove this muscle massager with the top of the plunger. Let's shove it up his butt. Like what?
Yeah, we gotta get back to Tree.
Y'all Yinzers like to do weird shit.
We gotta get Tree out here, man. We gotta get him.
Tree, man, what's up with you Yinzers? What y'all doing all this for, bro? Like, what's going on here?
Account for your people.
Whoa. Now, let's not just, and look.
You know what?
I mean, I don't want to.
This is this is a bit of a reach, but if they're in Pennsylvania, these kids are probably going to camps at Penn State.
Ooh, the Penn State connection. You knew it was coming.
So if they're going to if they go to a camp at Penn State, that shit trickles down.
How many of these people have been to any Sandusky fucking football camps? Get them out.
There you go.
Get them out of here. Because look, these kind of things don't happen in a vacuum. This stuff has been happening for a while, and the coaches have known about it. The coaches know about hazing. That's not something that gets by coaches. You see the hazing. You see it. They're around these kids too much not to see it. And it's one thing if you're cutting off eyebrows and cutting off beards or cutting designs into people's heads. Greatest in NFL history, by the way. It's one thing when you're doing that.
Shameless plug.
But when you are trying to like sexually assault the booty hole of another player after practice, I mean,
it also,
what the hell is up with that?
In high school, this isn't, college where you might, like the coaches' locker room, meeting rooms.
It's all on a different side of the building.
Might be somewhere completely
they go in different doors than you go in.
Like we all go in the same door.
In the same doors.
You go through the locker room, and then right on the very next door is the coaches.
Next to the locker room is the head coach's office. That's how it is.
You can't even crack jokes about the motherfucker because they can hear you.
Yeah, you can't even talk shit about your coach because he can hear you talking shit.
So for them to do all this. I mean, and coaches are there late, so it's not like you can do the shit after hours. Even this is, I'm really perplexed how they even pulled this off.
And this is the thing. And look, and not to get not to jump too much into the societal rabbit hole, but this is the kind of thing that does affect like a kid's perception of sex when they get older. These are high schoolers, and look. We all think we know who we are when we're 15, 16, 17, 18, but you don't know till you like 23, 24, 25, 26.
Yeah. These kids can very easily have
that's when you become
issues.
A true adult.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know what your insecurities are, and like you've either gotten past those or there's trauma there that keeps you insecure about some things. And a lot of kids who get hazed on like this is not something you'll hear about a lot. We're lucky to hear about this. Somebody snitched. Yeah, most def. But
good for
this
that
happens probably more than you think, where a kid's getting abused like this for years. Maybe they're being pressured to stay on the football team because their family, because their parents, their dad was a high school player there, or their brother was a high school player there. And, they have some kind of reputation to live up to, but they just, that's usually how it plays out. It's a kid who maybe not fully loved football like that, but did it out of being pressured. And football, in return, treated him like this. And he gets hazed and he's getting tortured. And the next thing you know, the kid commits suicide or something. You know what I mean? Or he shoots the motherfucking team up, because that's become a popular option these days. When you get treated wrong. You know what I mean? That's why I say there's a fine line with hazing. But it's a pretty clear line. You can see it. It's a shining line. Like you don't go into you don't force somebody to be hazed. You can't force them physically to be hazed. That's crossing the line. Because now they're actively against and give no consent to any kind of prank, but you forcing it on them. So now anything they do is considered self-defense.
This could be criminal charges here.
I mean, there could very well be criminal charges because, look, you humiliated a kid. Whoever it happened to is humiliated. And luckily, they can't put his name out there because he's underage.
Right.
But can you imagine if his name got leaked out there, how much more of an embarrassment that would be for this person?
Yeah.
That can cause somebody to self-delete themselves.
Yeah.
To do something that drastic.
Move across the country. That might not be enough nowadays. The way information travels.
You know what I mean? And you can't escape your past in this country and in the world no more. Your past is all documented online because more often than not, people choose to put their lives online. That's why I don't really put my life online. I don't put my life online at all. I talk my shit online. That's going to be every day, all day. That's going to keep coming too. So shit, you can't never not expect that to come from me because I'm going to be talking my shit all the time. But my personal life, as it happens with my everyday goings abouts. No, I'm like, me and Justin come from a time, and I'm sure a lot of people in the audience as well. We know a time before all of this shit, before all the internet, before social media, before we lived in a time before that. So there is a certain kind of comfort you get from having privacy. From when we were in college, We had flip phones. So it wasn't like you were posting this up to nothing. You just took the picture and you kept it for the memory. Like, did you close my phone? All right, we wild out that night. You know what I mean? That was a wild night. But it's not going online nowhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? And today, in today's age, with these young Gen Z motherfuckers, anything that gets a like is going online, live. So you can only imagine. I'm sure that I'm almost willing to bet that they got reported by students at the school who saw it live. I'm willing to bet they live streamed it.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's
how the kids found out.
Yep.
Because something like that is something that they planned to do to this particular kid. It's not just something that was spur of the moment. They planned to do that, and they prepared to do that. And they had somebody film, and that person was probably live streaming it. And there's probably somebody who's actually a real friend to that player who saw it and was like, "Fuck no,
like, this is some bullshit."
I'm about to, you know what I mean? And it's, look, I'm all for having fun, but I'm not for violating somebody. For violating is different to me. When you violate, that's personal. That means now we have to go fisticuffs because you violated me. Like, come on, man. Come on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we this is the time we came up in when it was like the closest thing you get to the internet, you get that AOL CD that comes in the mail. Shit. You know what I mean? Ooh. It was it was a different time. And even, coming up, we came up as pros in the late 2000s. So going into the 2010s, from 2007, up to 2014, 13, 14. Like, so we got a taste of social media as it was, blowing up. And it's just too much. You can be caught doing anything. Like, I had a rule. If you're around me and I have alcohol in my hands, if you take a picture, I'm breaking your phone. Like, I won't be pictured with alcohol. I won't be pictured inebriated. I wouldn't allow it. And I let people know that shit immediately.
Right.
Don't get no pictures of me doing nothing. I don't give a shit.
My presence is good enough.
For real. I don't care about none of that. You take a picture. If I see your phone on, if I see that light on your phone, you best believe I'm going to crack that shit in half. Because I ain't with it. You live your life. Stop worrying about taking pictures about it.
Right.
But we also had another situation here. And this is an article. So I'll go through this article here as well. Boom. This one's coming from Fox News. Texas high school hazing incident with hot sauce, lap dances, sends student to emergency room. Oh my God. Fuck. The Texas hazing incident was reportedly a school tradition. Yeah, who knew that was a school tradition? All right, let's see here. Let's go through this. And this is coming from Fox News. It says an alleged hazing incident in a Texas high school that sent one football player to the hospital with burn injuries has resulted in 21 students being suspended. The Alamo Heights Police Department is investigating after 21 students were suspended at Alamo Heights High School near San Antonio, Texas, stemming from a hazing incident that sent one student to the emergency room with burns to his lower body. Where do you think that lower body is?
Why do I keep playing with each other's booty holes?
Like, what is this? What is this? Why do y'all keep fucking around with each other's fucking asses? What is this? I mean, can somebody explain this to me? Hold on. These cats got booty fetishes with other guys. I mean, have a booty fetish with a girl. That's normal.
Right. Like,
you're not with no fucking dude.
It'd be much easier just,
not with hazing.
Mess around with the head cheerleader and, see if she wants to do something back there.
You know what I mean?
Not your teammate.
I mean, it's like, bro, y'all just got done practicing, and like, why?
Oh, dog.
I'm scared to read the rest of this, cuz.
I've seen a little bit of it. It's interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
The football players were reportedly initiating new players onto the varsity team as part of a school tradition that invoked hot sauce, cookies, and lap dances. Who the fuck is lap dancing?
You about to find out.
No. Come on, man. Don't throw me like this. Okay, here we go. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Like, I think my initiation, like my sophomore year, was just like drinking beer for the first time.
I mean, I didn't even have one in high school. In college, they got me drunk as shit.
Yeah, that was it. Went to some parties with the older kids and, called it a night. Everyone gets home safe.
You know what I mean? They got me drunk. I blacked out, but
that's a good ass time to be.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I was like, "Fuck, this is awesome."
All right, the senior boys did an initiation. Where they went out to the baseball fields.
This shit's tough to read.
And made the younger players. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
You can't even read this shit, man.
The younger players put cookies dipped in hot sauce between their butt cheeks. And look how they say, butt cheeks. Oh, my God.
Their dads probably did this shit too. Dads and older brothers.
Yeah, go ask their dad if their older brother if they did it. They're gonna be like, shitting me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I ain't never heard of that before. I don't even eat cookies.
Oh, shit.
Now these men, whole city full of men scared of Oreo cookies.
You know what I mean? Like a cat ain't gonna eat cookies no more after that. That's traumatizing. What kind of burns did you get? I mean,
what kind of hot sauce are they using?
Like, what kind of hot sauce?
Tabasco wouldn't even burn you if you put it in your eye. That shit's so mild. Well, this is San Antonio. This is San Antonio. They probably got the hottest of the hots.
Yeah, it is San Antonio. They're close to Mexico. They probably get that shit straight from fucking across the border. Straight chili pepper, I'm talking about, boy, yeah.
Habaneros.
Burns, all right?
Yeah. The Reaper. All that shit. Then
they had to race each other. And if any of the cookies fell out of the person, if any of the cookies fell out, the person would have to eat it. They made them do this in an open space, completely naked. The source added that some players had hot sauce thrown at them, and that some of the freshmen were forced to strip down to their boxers and give lap dances to cheerleaders at the. Lap dances to cheerleaders.
Yeah, sign me up for that.
That's not terrible. That falls in an acceptable hazing range because it's a dude giving a lap dance to a chick. Now, if it was dudes giving lap dances to other dudes with hot sauce in between their butt cheeks and a cookie, I would feel very, very disturbed.
I got questions for everybody.
I got multiple questions about how did you come to this thought process to think this was good? Charlie Tequila Petla says, and I thought frat boys were just as gay about hazing. Look, don't you put that evil on us.
Right.
Don't you put that evil on us.
Like, all my family.
These some new age high school football players. We didn't do this shit.
All my family is Greeks. They do some shit too. They do some wild shit too. And no one cares what they do because it's not sports.
It's not sports. Yeah.
It's not going to make the news.
Cats, but this is like the dumbest hazing shit you could do. Like, that's too much. If they could have made them put hot sauce I mean, look, I don't want no hot sauce nowhere near my butt or my balls. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep the hot sauce from the chest up.
Yeah, hot sauce has got to be from neck high,
up, really.
neck up.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito. Show
I like
good
hot
to
sauce
me.
on my burrito, baby.
Don't put it on my butt, though.
You know what I mean? Holy shit! All right,
and now you can't play. You know, now you're out for 2 weeks with a butthole burn,
with 3rd-degree butthole burns. That's gonna be something you're gonna have to tell people. It's gonna be something. Hey, did you play on that 2022 high school Alamo Heights team that year? Wasn't you on that team? No, we didn't play that season. Why?
Or imagine you getting recruited, and hey,
what happened out there?
I couldn't find you on the game film. Were you? I didn't see anything on the injury report. It just said undisclosed.
Undisclosed, non-football related injury.
Do you need an MRI?
Oh, goddamn, son, what happened?
You need a CAT scan? I mean, we can do that for you. No, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah. You need an MRI, son? What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe I couldn't afford that in high school, but we can get you whatever you need.
Gate. Cookie sauce gate.
just give me some.
This shit is called cookie sauce gate.
Just get me some milk.
You know what I mean?
Need some whole milk on my butt.
All right. Now it says here, last week, the district revealed multiple messages through our anonymous tip line regarding safety concerns and allegations of misconduct by some players on the football team. The alleged incident did not take place on Alamo Heights Independent School District property, nor was it during school hours, but they went to baseball fields.
Was it like a city baseball field?
Maybe. District administrators and coaches had no knowledge of any allegations prior to receiving the reports. The district immediately investigated the matter thoroughly and took appropriate action. Because of student confidentiality laws, the district is prohibited from sharing any additional information. Local sports talk radio host Mike Taylor said on Wednesday that almost the entire team was punished for the incident, receiving 2-game suspensions, in-house suspensions, and community service. That's how they handle it in Texas, because they'll be damned if
they go cancel the season. The whole season? What? Hell no.
Because they will be damned if they cancel the football season. Nobody would ever want this to happen to their child. Says nobody would ever. Yeah, the highest suspension was 2 games. 2-game suspensions. That's because they got to make district playoffs this year.
Right. So these non-district games, all right, we're gonna suspend y'all.
Yeah, but we ain't letting you. Gonna be back for district. Nobody would ever want this to happen to their child. Caravan de Kieft, a parent of junior high students in the district, told the outlet, "It is something that is a concern to me as a parent of somebody who will be going to high school next year. Alamo Heights Independent School District did not immediately respond to requests for comments from Fox Digital." Okay, so Gen Zers are weird. We can all agree on that. These Gen Zers are some fucking weirdos. They're weirdos. I don't understand where. I just don't get that hazing needs to be so sexual. Like, why is all of this butt play got to be part of hazing for it to be acceptable? I mean, look, like I said, greatest in NFL history right here. You know what I did? I just cut a dick on somebody's head. We call that a dickhead.
No one got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. Shit, hell, he got immortalized. He didn't do nothing else with his life. Shout out Kevin Hazing. He knows I love him. But this is just weirdo stuff. Weird kids these days. I will say that.
Yeah, they're out there, man.
I will say that. But look, it's we're hoping that these kids can kind of get their shit together, but truth of the matter is there's always going to be drama with people with kids in locker rooms doing weird things. But I just can't remember a time where this was ever the kind of way that we thought when I was growing up. Like, hey, let's do this to them. Like we weren't even hazing. We were just having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we might set you up for the tabletop, at practice. Have someone kneel down behind you and we push you over. That's about it.
Yeah, and
we get a couple laughs
over the top. You know what I mean? Like that's to be expected to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
But this shit takes the cake. Like, who's even thinking this far ahead? I was too tired after practice
to be thinking about. I didn't have enough juice to do all that.
Thinking about sodomizing people and shit.
All right, so moving on from that.
Yes,
this is when me and Justin talked about a week ago when we talked about Deshaun Watson and how long would it take for people to get over the Deshaun Watson situation? How's he going to get treated when he comes back to the league? This and that, because he got his 11-game suspension now. One thing that we said is that, hey, look, it's the NFL. There's going to be something else that's going to come up to take our time. That's going to take the attention of the people away from anything that has to do with Deshaun Watson. And a week to the day, we said that type of stuff was going to happen. Lo and behold, somebody else decides they're going to get themselves into the same shit, actually, that Deshaun Watson got himself into. Except this one might, honestly, this stands to be a little bit more maybe gruesome than what we saw with Deshaun Watson. Bills punter. They called him the punt god. That was his nickname. Punt god. Just coming off of an 82-yard punt in the preseason. I remember I saw the clip.
Damn.
Saw the clip. Matt Araiza, the former Bills punter, he's been cut by the Bills. He was notified that he was going to be cut after he was accused of a gang rape in a graphic civil lawsuit. Woo! The rookie punter will no longer be a member of the Buffalo Bills. Let's get into it. I tried to see if there was any kind of video associated with this, but let me check one more time. There might be something we could use there. Here we go. Okay, here we go. You know what? Let's do it like this. Because we got first take here as well. So we can actually do a little reaction to our man Stephen A on this one. Because I'm sure Stephen A is going to find some way to sound like a fucking asshole here. But let's do it up. Let's see what he has to say here. Let me share the screen real quick. And then from there, we will get into our offensive line film, which will be the New England Patriots tonight. So we'll get to that after this, but let's take a look here. Let's take a look, see at this video. And we'll talk a little bit about this because I haven't heard any of the details. I haven't heard the details of the civil suit itself, but I've just been seeing the headlines here and there, and then the Bills released them, so clearly something bigger is going on. Let's take a look at it. All right, here we go.
Dan, your reaction to the Bills releasing Matt Araiza?
Hold on, let's look at this. Look at this headline, the sub headline: accused of gang-ing a 17-year-old girl. Jeez, dude. Like, what the fuck?
So this happened when he was still in college.
Oh, it was when he was still in college. Okay.
But, I think he was older. I guess still 20. So old enough where it's still...
Yeah, he still would have been over 20. If it was in college, if it was before his senior year, then he would have probably been 21, 20. But it still could be considered statutory, right? 17.
Don't know how that works, but I think if you're within a certain range of, it still doesn't matter if it's not consensual, but it just wouldn't be statutory if you're within certain age ranges.
Okay, so we're seeing from chat's giving us some info here. Appreciate you guys, chat. They're saying here this all allegedly happened last year. They're saying he admitted to sleeping with the underage girl. He was 21. And the fact that the agent is trying to claim money grab on a 6th-round punter is hilarious. Yeah,
I mean,
rookie
minimum is still like
$400,000.
Those
of us who know how these things work money-wise. But to the layman, he's a millionaire.
True.
To the layman. So it could be, I mean, I'm not saying that it is a money grab. I'm just saying that if you're going to take that approach, that makes sense because the general public doesn't really understand the money structuring in sports. So they might think just because he got drafted, he's a millionaire, which is so far from the truth.
Right.
But
hell, I didn't know anybody with $500,000 growing up.
For real. Shoot. I'm telling you my rookie year, because I had no idea what any of this meant. My rookie year, from the moment that I left, when they was like, yo, man, you gotta make sure you're good with your bread now. It's you only get paid 17 weeks. I'm like, whoa, what you mean we only get paid 17 weeks? We don't get paid in the off season. Shit, it's a week to training camp the next year. Your boy got $1,200 left in his account. Like, oh shit. Yeah. I gotta make it a week. Because I mean, after agent fees, you know, your contract when you're a rookie is not shit unless you're a first or second round pick.
Our year was what, 285? 285 minimum.
What the minimum our rookie year was like no, it was more than that. It was.
I thought it was 285.
It was.
It wasn't
I thought it was.
like 3.
I thought it was like 355 or something like that.
That sounds awfully high, but maybe.
Anyhow. All I know is at the end of the year, when all things were done, I think I had like right under 100,000 in cash, and I was getting like only what during the season. Each game check my rookie year was like after taxes like $12,000.
And then you would have had a nice player performance check.
Yeah, now my player performance check, that shit was like $400,000 or $500,000.
Yeah, but say you'd have been balling off that shit.
Ooh, I was hyped. Anyways, let's take a listen to this video with Stephen A. about this Matt Araiza situation.
Obviously, the right decision. I think like the question I had was, what did they find out now that they didn't know previously? And I also think it's one of those situations where you say, don't tell me about culture, show me about culture, I guess, in your organization. Certainly the right decision to make sure that is nowhere near their organization or the NFL.
I don't know how they kept this.
He's like, y'all want me to talk about this?
Yeah, he said, Michael, like,
are y'all sure y'all want me to talk about this?
Y'all sure? You know they found me in a crack house in Irving, Texas, right?
Hey, man, this is a land of second chances.
You know what I mean? We love a comeback. We love a redemption arc. We love one. We love a redemption arc. We ain't had a good redemption arc in a few years. See it. Let's keep going.
Oh, the police or somebody did not do something about this or with this much sooner than it is. And I hate to have a thought go through my head. Like, I wonder, would it be the same situation if these were some black kids or some African-American football players or something like that? That's where my mind went. I mean, when you hear the horrific details of this.
Her father was on ABC World News last night.
You can't.
Yeah, it's hard to stomach.
Yeah, I'm just shocked.
As a father.
Well, I'm curious.
I mean,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't think that, Mike, but whatever.
I didn't think that it was. I mean, hold on now.
I didn't care.
Yeah, Mike is over here like, man, I just thought racism.
That was not on my radar at all.
On my bingo card. That wasn't on
I'm
my
saving
bingo
that
card,
one.
bro.
I'm saving that card.
He said,
fam.
I just Michael Irvin just went, but I just thought, hey, racism. I'm like, what?
That's just the go-to nowadays, huh?
Michael Irvin tripping. He looked like he a little high too. I ain't gonna front. He looked like he might have hit a bowl before he came out into the studio because he leaned back a little bit, like, shit.
I mean, hell, we just saw a black man beat some sexual misconduct cases.
We just seen a black man skate on 24 accusations. I mean,
like 0 criminal charge whatsoever. So
he had some nice privilege on his side there. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Let me see something because what did they say was on Good Morning America?
One of the big shows.
Found it.
Oh shit. This is the girl's father?
Apparently
I believe
so.
She said. I'm assuming they just started the civil suit. How this is news today?
I believe so. ABC Nightly News, is that what it is? Okay, okay. ABC Nightly News. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks.
Let me see if I can find it there because I want to know what the fuck's going on here because I know nothing about this case at all. 0. Let's see. Good morning. Wait, ABC News, right? ABC World News. Oh. All right. This would have been today then, right?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe last night.
ABC Nightly News. Okay. Oh, woman accusing him speaks out. Oh, shit.
Oh, that's unusual. For a minor.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news here. Let me switch this over. Let's hear what let's get a little bit more information, a little bit more context for ourselves, shall we?
Yeah. Let's always do that. Here. Don't have me looking crazy.
Yeah, let's at least get a grasp on this before we go into commentating on our own perspectives, because this shit, it's not looking good for this cat at all. All right, here we go.
One of the men, Matt Araiza, is now in the NFL. Team 10 investigators Melissa Masiha and Adam Rakusin have been working on this story all day. Adam is joining us now live in the studio with what he's uncovered. Adam.
Yeah, and Kim, San Diego State is not part of this lawsuit, which is detailed and graphic. It alleges 3 San Diego State football players, one who now plays for the Buffalo Bills, gang raped a then 17-year-old girl during a Halloween party last year. We do want to warn you, the details are disturbing. This house in the college area of San Diego, not far from San Diego State University, sits quiet on Thursday morning.
That's where the students were living?
Detail a night last year, far from that. And one a young woman says still scares her. According to a lawsuit she filed, Jane Doe, as she's going by to protect her identity, was raped for more than an hour in the early morning hours of October 17th, 2021. Along with rape, the lawsuit alleges gender violence and premise liability. The lawsuit says Jane Doe, who was a high school student at the time, went out that night to attend Halloween parties in the San Diego area. The lawsuit says she and her friends ended up at a party held where Matt Araiza lived. According to the lawsuit, the teen and her friends drank at other parties before going to the house, and she was observedly intoxicated when she got there. The lawsuit says Jane Doe was separated from her friends and approached by Araiza, who could see that she was heavily intoxicated. The lawsuit alleges he handed her a drink anyway. According to the lawsuit, Araiza led Doe over to the side of the yard of the house where he told her to perform oral sex on him. The lawsuit says he then pulled her up from the ground and had sex with her. According to the lawsuit, Araiza then led the girl into a bedroom of the house where at least 3 men were already in the room, including Xavier Leonard and Nowlin Iwaliko, both SDSU players at the time. Leonard is still listed as a member of the team. The lawsuit claims she was thrown on the bed and raped. The lawsuit says she went in and out of consciousness, but does remember some moments. In an interview earlier this month with our media partner KPBS, Jane Doe described what she remembered.
They threw me down onto the bed, face down, and they took turns assaulting me from behind, other things.
Her attorney provided ABC 10 News these pictures and videos detailing the injuries she described. The lawsuit describes different sex acts that allegedly went on for an hour and a half until the party was shut down. Jane Doe says she stumbled out of the room bloody and crying. Her nose, belly button, and ear piercings had been pulled out. According to the lawsuit, Doe said she reported the rape to the San Diego Police Department the following day. During what police called a pretext call with the man accused of rape, the lawsuit states that Araiza confirmed having sex with Doe, even telling her that she should get tested for STDs. The lawsuit says later in the call, Araiza said he didn't remember anything that happened that night and hung up.
Oh, boy.
And this afternoon, I spoke with Araiza's attorney. He represents him on any potential criminal case. Attorney Kerry Armstrong tells me he believes this is about money now that he's a professional football player. He says there's no doubt in his mind that Araiza is innocent. He says they've spoken to people at the party that contradict Jane Doe's account. This afternoon, we also got a statement from the Buffalo Bills. It says, we were recently made aware of a civil complaint involving Matt from October 2021. Due to the serious nature of the complaint, we conducted a thorough examination of this matter. As this is an ongoing civil case, we will have no other comment at this point. The lawyers for the other players either didn't want to comment or said the civil case has no bearing on the criminal investigation. No charges have been filed yet. The district attorney's office says the case is under review. There's no timeline for completion. Adam Rakusin, ABC 10 News.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you
know what I will say about this is that I am very happy. I'm very happy that she went the very next day and reported that shit. Ladies, that's what you got to do. I mean, look, I know that it's not easy, and I know that it's hard. That a lot of times women get victim blamed for this, but nobody can tell you shit if you go the next day and you get a rape kit and you talk to police. You know, at least can nobody hold that against you. And and everything else, it's out of your control to a certain extent, but what you can control is letting the people know.
Right.
And I know that when I hear that she goes the very next day and reports that shit, that to me is legit. That seems legit because ain't nobody's waiting if they really feel like they've been violating. I ain't waiting.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you there. Yeah, this is a difficult
I'm not
situation.
Waiting. Fuck him. I ain't waiting. That's how I would feel.
Right. Yeah. I don't need to.
He's
see
a
how I
6th round
feel.
pick. Ain't nobody trying to. You ain't gonna get no money out of him anyway.
Right.
You better off going just with the criminal side and getting him put in prison. Shit, because he ain't got no money.
Well, these other two cats probably ain't got no money either.
You know what I mean? And I feel 100 times better about her being given justice because she went the very next day and put it out there. And, she took video, showed the bruises as they still there. Come on, bro. Come on. She had bruises. Her whole neck was wrapped in bruises. You know what I mean? Like her arms, her legs, bruises. Come on. She didn't do that to herself. I mean, at least not, you can't do it to yourself like that. Those were dark bruises. Those were strong hands that were doing that. But it just, just looking at that, it looks really bad. Now back to this.
Not a good look for anybody involved here.
Not a good look for anybody involved. But I mean, honestly, we're gonna find out soon enough. I mean, the Bills looked into the Bills read the civil suit. They read the civil suit and probably was like, yeah, we're not even gonna fuck with this. Right. Get him out of here.
Get his ass out of here right now.
Right now. We don't give a single fuck.
But I'm sure plenty of people are like, why did he even get drafted?
And that's the thing. When did this get? This is just recently being.
Yeah.
When did they? Was just recently.
When did they know? But from the
there's
chat,
been no
it
no
seems like
charges
other teams, at least heard rumors about this incident. So somebody knew.
He hasn't been arrested.
But yes,
he hasn't been any charges.
Yeah, I mean, how much diligence?
Normally, I would say, hey, he hasn't been arrested, no charges. But
does an NFL team?
I kind of feel like you should have been arrested by now. I kind of feel like you should have got arrested. I mean, she got the video with the bruises.
Yeah, if they called him the next day and he still hasn't been arrested.
They called you the next day and you said you had sex with her? Boom. What you gonna say, it was consensual? There's 2 other motherfuckers who were in this too. How'd she get all beat up like that? Earrings got pulled out, belly button ring got pulled out.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive.
I mean, come on, man. That's a straight. I mean, come on. Who does that unless you're raping the woman? Let's be real. So teams like the Ravens knew before the draft. It's probably like, yeah, don't even look at him.
Don't touch this man with a 10-foot pole.
Don't touch him. He's fucking poison. Dangerous. All right, let's listen to this real quick, then we'll get into our film.
Other daughters, different thoughts go through your mind as to what you want to do with that man if you got in front of his face. Imagining that if it was your daughter, that happened to. So the Bills clearly made the right decision. Having said all of that, here's what I love about Bean's explanation. He's talking about, we don't know, we heard, we don't have access to this information, and we have to be careful to not attach guilt or innocence, so we're stuck. I appreciated the fact that an NFL executive acknowledged that. Because when it came to Deshaun Watson and a plethora of situations, what has been my consistent position, Molly? The league themselves have no business trying to be law enforcement. It's our shield. We don't want you tainting it. You do, your behind is gone. Period. We don't know. But you found yourself in this situation, so that's your problem, and we need you to go and handle that problem before we allow you back into this culture, this system, this organization, because you're right, we don't know. You could be guilty, you could be innocent. We have no clue. What we do know is that you have been accused of this. What we do know is that law enforcement is thinking about dealing with you. And as a result of that, that has tainted our shield. It's very...
See, I understand what he's saying, and part of me agrees with him. Oh, y'all say raise the volume up? Ooh, okay. I'll try and do that here in a second. I don't know, because look, it's a slippery slope once you say, okay, once you're accused, we gotta get you out of here. I think it has to be case by case. I think that the NFL will fuck it up because if it's a superstar player, they're going to get more leeway than a fucking 6th-round punter guy.
Like every coach says, I'm not going to treat you equal, but I'm going to treat you fair.
I'm going to treat you fair. We look at Deshaun Watson and you say 20-something women, right? Accusations, right?
Yeah.
Normally, I would say, yeah, that motherfucker got to go. That's too much. But
that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback, dog.
He's the face of the NFL.
That's my quarterback.
He was kind of the face of the NFL because Andrew Luck was gone. Yeah. And he and the Houston Texans rose to prominence with that playoff with that playoff appearance, damn near getting to the damn Super Bowl.
Yep.
So the reality of it is that these are not the same people. These people will not be treated the same way because one does have far more status than the other. Now, the other side of that with Deshaun Watson is that he had 2 grand juries that decided not to even press charges, which really was the biggest win he could have ever got.
Yeah, that's probably why he's even.
That's probably why he was allowed to stay in the NFL while all this shit was happening.
But I mean, this guy also doesn't have charges yet.
He doesn't have charges yet.
But they might not come. We don't know.
They might not come.
But they're also, I mean, there hasn't been like a...
He admitted to having sex with this girl when she was 17. and he was 21.
That's something.
That's a strike right there. Because now that you admit, the fact that you admitted it means they can easily mold that into a rape case.
Yeah,
that's easy.
I watch enough TV to know anything you can say can and will be used.
Anything you say is just going to be stacked right back up against you. You're dumb enough to admit that you messed with her. If you're, I mean, look, nobody, I wouldn't do it at all, but I don't want to go to prison. I ain't finna admit to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's my nefarious side thinking there. But just you don't admit to doing something. Even if you did
die with a lie. Die with the lie.
You know what I mean? To the grave. You got to prove it. But
it's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
This guy, everything's stacked against him in that regard.
And then he just did them all a favor. Did everybody a favor.
He did him a favor. They don't have to actually prove that you did have sex with her because you already admitted to it. The other two potential defendants with you, they can deny it and say it was all you. The police will take that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the room, but I ain't do nothing.
The police will take that. They'll say, okay, good enough. We'll put one of them in prison for show. Because she said she was too drunk to necessarily remember everything, but she knows he was doing something. And I mean, god damn, I don't know. Look, like I said, man, I ain't never felt like I needed to pressure a chick to do anything. If she wants to do it, she gonna do it. If she don't, she ain't. Ain't nothing I can do to change that fact.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave it at that. That way I make it easy for myself. I ain't gotta lie. I'm not pushing up. Don't have to. But let's keep going here.
Be simple when you look at it. The NFL, to me, plays a very dangerous game when they try to mirror law enforcement, because now we want to know what evidence you've accumulated. How'd you get that evidence? Who gave it to you? Et cetera, et cetera. Because when you go in a court of law in the United States of America, what they say is they show you that evidence. They tell you where they got it from, because you have the presumption of innocence until proven guilty, and you have a right to defend yourself. The NFL, when you try to mirror law enforcement, that's where you make your mistake. But when you do what the Bills did, we don't know what happened. But this is just not good. You gotta go. And you handle that. And when you handle that, assuming you're innocent, we'll take you back. If you're guilty, they'll find out and you gotta go. But we ain't thinking about being law enforcement. We're just saying we don't need that as a part of our culture. That is the role the NFL and professional sports leagues should play, period.
I'm over coming on television and talking about NFL players and sexual violence against women.
Motherfuckers. See, Dan Orlovsky, you ran out the back of the fucking end zone and didn't even realize it. And you still threw the football.
Guess what? You're going to be back here in a couple of weeks talking about the same shit.
You know what I mean?
Somebody else going to keep doing it.
It's just, I mean, look, we said that there wouldn't be a shortage of stories similar to Deshaun Watson's popping up in sports from the time that he's suspended until he comes back. We might not even remember he got suspended. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
when you take this job, you got to talk about some shit you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, you got to talk about what the stories are. He over here complaining, oh, I'm tired of talking about NFL players. Blah, blah, blah. See, these are the people who look, that's kind of, a slap in the face, because one, you're literally on a show that is what you talk about. Two, you're a former player. You should know, good or bad, the NFL's name is going to be in the news.
But mostly bad.
You should be ready. And look,
because if it bleeds, it leads.
You know what I mean? And don't nobody give a damn about hearing about no good shit. We want to hear about the nasty shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I don't give a fuck how many toy drives you have, how many books you buy.
Don't nobody care about them toy drives. You leave that for the commercials.
Yeah. How many turkeys you pass out.
I want to hear who's doing what and who's doing who.
Misery loves company.
What the women feel like having to constantly hear us talk about NFL players.
That's right.
Having sexual violence against women.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Dan Orlovsky. I don't know.
I mean,
Dan.
obviously, we all wish it didn't happen ever.
Yeah, nobody wants these things to happen, but hey, look, there's bad people in the world, there's people who made bad decisions. I don't know if this guy is a good guy, genuinely speaking, or not, but he made a pretty bad decision, and he knew what he was doing. It appears that he knew what he was doing the whole time. So, look, the NFL is going to do what it does. Again, if his name was Peyton Manning, this would be a much bigger story, and you wouldn't be saying the shit you're saying. I'm pretty sure. They'd be going to bat for Peyton Manning, saying, let's wait till we see. Oh, we got freaking sex bots in the freaking chat. Good God.
They heard us talking about cookies and butts.
Talking about butts?
Oh, here you go. Hey, guys.
Are we talking about butts? Are we talking about buttholes and hot sauce? Oh, very good. All right, let's get into our O-line film breakdown. Now we're going to take a look at the New England Patriots. New England Patriots offensive line that lost two key offensive linemen during the 2022 offseason, with Ted Karras leaving the team in free agency and Shaq Mason getting traded to the Buccaneers. Still, the team has a strong unit that should be one of the best in the NFL again. That's so speaking from Sporting News. But as you all know, in the breakdowns that me and Justin have been doing, there's only been one O-line that's looked pretty good, and that's the Colts. The Colts offensive line looked really good. And the others that we've looked at, the other four that we looked at, not very good. Not very good. And not just for the life of me, I can't understand how. Say what?
Left a lot to be desired.
A lot to be desired. So let's take a look here at this New England offensive line. Now, the thing about New England that I've noticed over the years is that as far as their offensive lines go, they usually are pretty consistent. They're usually a pretty consistent group. New England doesn't run a ton of different protections. They run mainly zone protection, so
they keep it pretty simple.
Turn protection and pass in the pass game. They keep it simple. I mean, that's how they protected Brady for all those years. So,
and also he was throwing it in 1.5 seconds.
Oh yeah, quick release. This is their first play here. They're coming out in a offset pro formation, 2 by 2. Yeah. Yeah, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
Excuse me.
So, see what they go with here. And now I will say this: New England has become a much more downhill running the ball team in recent years, which is not something that normally they were associated with, but that's been good for them. So let's take a look at how they do here against the Bills in this playoff matchup. Obviously, they got blown the fuck out, but let's see what their O-line looks like. No movement. Oh, offsides. So they're already starting off with a minus for everybody.
See that breath coming out? Ooh.
It's cold there too. God, good.
My hands hurt. My hands hurt just looking at this.
You don't even want to touch nobody.
My fingers hurt. Well, now your back's gonna hurt. All right, let's see what they do in a real play.
Here. Okay.
Oh.
They had a seam there. They had a seam, but it closed.
I mean, that's NFL. That shit.
Yeah.
Opens and closes.
They had a seam. Let's take a look here.
77 is late off the ball.
Yeah, our right side here is a little bit late. A little bit late off the ball. I know this guard spot is late. He looks like, but he's got good. Looks like he has a good angle right here. But this second step is going to need to get down fast because he's late. It's probably not going to get down, which means he's probably going to get knocked back a little bit. Looks like we have a tackle. I think he's either pulling here or he's opening his hips to reach this wide.
Was this tackle over?
This guy off.
Or heavy?
I didn't see that. Let me see.
I think it's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we got heavy here.
Yeah, heavy. So folks at home, so tackle over would mean there would be a tight end on the backside in the left tackle spot. Heavy means they're both tackles. So they brought in a sixth offensive lineman.
Tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle, tight end.
So as Uche always says,
this is your heavy formation. That's your heavy man. That's extra O-line.
Tight ends can't block for shit. So
because you can't trust him. So stand him up, motion him around to see what they're in, and then just run the play. So our quarterback gets the point here. So here's our called backer. So the way this would work is that these two players right here are responsible for, wherever he is, a lineman is going to have to come off for him.
The
center has him, or it usually ends up being one of these three will go up to him. But, that's that.
That's how you got to, you got to figure all that out in about 4 seconds.
So we got to pull. He pulls around. He's pulling for the wrong guy, I think. This is who your center's on. Center gets up to his guy. The guard for being laid off.
You got a fullback.
Okay, I would still think this will be the fullback's guy then.
I'd rather kick out with the fullback and lead up with
lead up and kick out. You can kick out this guy as well, so he'll be floating over the top. But this guy has to know if you're going here, he has to know to branch off and get here.
Yeah, he has time and space.
He
so he can take the one that you leave. But I'd rather have Trent Brown's big ass on 58 than this little DB that's just gonna try to cut out his kneecap.
Yeah. Now everything here actually looks solid except for this right here. This means that guy's running free and he's gonna make the play.
Guess what makes the hit?
Why does he make this play? Okay, so here's our called backer for these two right here to handle. That puts this tackle on 54. He's the next backer. He's going to give it now on this, because it's a zone going away. You don't want to even mess with this defensive end. You want to haul ass to where this linebacker is to block him. You can't block him if you run up to him. You can only block him if you run over here and you meet him in his scraping assignment, and then make him bubble over the top and continue to run him off. That's really the only way you can get this done.
Yeah, and sometimes that's still not enough.
And look, he's hauling at. See, he got juked.
Yeah, he bit that just that little.
He bit the little shoulder feint to the inside.
Like, dog, it's a stretch the other way.
Also, he pulls too far. He loses ground before he gains ground up the field. That kills him. What you should be doing here is you should have all your weight on this inside leg, and you should launch off this inside leg and get straight down the line. And it's weird. It's a weird feeling to do that, but if you do it, you come off the ball so much faster because you're using your lead leg to take off. And which means you won't be taking a false step. What he does here is he opens that hip up and actually almost pulls. Like he has gained no ground with his first step or his second or third step. He gained no ground. He's still at the line of scrimmage right now. And he misses this guy because of that. And they make the play. So he had the only minus block I could really see on that one.
And that guy's in front of you. He's faster than you, and there is no action to slow him down.
There's nothing to slow him down. As soon as he sees one, he sees the quarterback point at this guy. He knows he's on the backside. This is who the center's going for. They know that. They know that this is who the center's going for. So he knows that this guy has to block him, or this guy. He knows one of these two are going to have to block him.
And he sees the
so he's going to be ready to move.
Full flow away. He can just turn fucking sprint.
And run. And just sprint. And that's why this step right here, it damages your ability to get there. His first 3 steps did him no favors because they were all behind the line of scrimmage.
In the same spot, yeah.
If he's leading off this leg and pushing forward off of it, then he gets across this line by the end of his first step. He's crossing this line with his left leg. But you just can't do that. When you're having to get up to the second level, you need every inch of real estate to be moving at that linebacker. Oh, that's a terrible throw.
Jeez. Wonder if it's windy as well.
It probably is. No, it doesn't look windy.
Well, you can't see their breath
Look,
yet.
their towels aren't moving.
Yep.
Okay, so we look like we got good. Looks like good pass pro. That's good. This is good right here by this guard. That's what you want to do. He had an inside shade, which is it's a one eye. It's a one shade inside of you as a guard. That's a tricky shade to block because you don't want to go too far down inside because then they'll just whip around the outside of you. But you don't want to go, you want to get about square with them, and you want to with inside, with weight on the inside so you can protect the inside gap. Your center's there. He's going to get presence, which should keep him away from it and should make him go outside, but you never know. So you want to get over the top of him, want to get him covered up. He's got his eyes over here. That's good eye discipline. This is good hand carriage right here. He's ready. He's feeling like this guy's going to make a move to the inside, it looks like.
Yep.
Tackle's got his eyes outside. Yep, and that's what he does. He makes a move to the inside. He's got him covered. Center's got him. He just gave up on his rush. He's getting ready to jump for the ball. And this is good. I mean, maybe get your hands up a little bit more, but you're right at the precipice, so you need to be striking right now.
Right.
And it wasn't a great strike, but he got one hand inside, replaced with the other hand and get it inside, and then lift him out of there. Don't want to be hugged up with him like that, but because one thing that happens here is quarterback's hand just comes down on your helmet, breaks his thumb.
We saw that with Russell Wilson last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he hit
a defender's helmet.
Aaron Donald, I think, in the head.
Yeah.
Fucked his whole shit up.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, right tackle. Can't be wearing that 77 getting beat like that, cuz.
That can't be good.
Can't be wearing that 7-7 getting beat like that, cuz. Let's see here. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good right there. Now he's got his arm under. Want to get that arm? You want to just do a quick wax off. Get your hand back under his armpit. Wax off. Yeah. Good job. Good job here, giving a little bit of presence, realizing that he doesn't have to do this, but he does it because that's going to slow him down, and it's kind of going to slow him down. These defensive linemen will slow down if you slow down. They're going to mirror you in your pass protection because they feel like whatever speed you're going at means something that they need to be aware of. So they always read to see what you're doing. Now, right here, that's
and he also knows the slide's coming his way.
Yeah, he also knows the slide's coming his way. So if he tries to be smooth, he might fuck around and get his ribs broke. But it's a good job here. Hands, it looks like he's shooting that outside arm.
Yep.
He gets his hand under his elbow right here, which is good because he has his hands inside. You can push that arm straight up into the air, and that'll take him off his balance. It might turn his shoulders a little bit. Might give you an opening to get a pancake. Might.
Cheap one, hell.
Good cheap one, too.
Get some ribs.
Especially when you get their arm. Yeah. Center could come over here if he, but he doesn't no, because he's sliding this way. You're on your own.
No, I'm talking about on 96, my bad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
This is like, okay, so you got this is something, and I mean, Justin, you know this shit. You got to know when you got a chip, bro.
You know he's going inside.
You got to know when you got a chip. What does that mean? You can't set him you can't set him normal. You're turning too quick anyways, but you setting here, knowing you got a chip, you got to set more inside of him because you know that chip's going to send him back inside. What's it do? Sends him right back inside. And come on, bro. You totally unprepared right now.
Yeah. Any rusher worth his salt.
He's fighting.
When he sees that chip, he's going to find a way to get back inside.
Yeah.
Whether it's a spin.
He is not going to try to outmuscle that chip. He's just not going to do it. Because that's just a bad decision for him to try to do that. So he sees that chip come, he's going here. You're by yourself. You know that, right? Like y'all ain't got no help.
Yeah. You could almost like overplay it and just really be slow, knowing that he's going to run into the chip. Like, force him to run upfield into the chip.
Yeah.
Like, exploit that shit. It's there for a reason.
Exactly. And then that's why you do it. So it's almost a free play if you do it right. Okay, good job there. Good job there, right guard. Oh, shit.
Damn.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Cut him. They did.
Got to go.
Okay, so this is good here. Gets his hand, but you don't want to get your hands on the outside like that. That's kind of like a catching punch, which I get why he's doing it. This guy is probably doing a lot of down the middle stuff, and he probably wants to try and stop his momentum. But what are they running here? Looks like they're running. Well, they're running a 2-jet, they're running a 2-jet. So you got help to the inside. I think sometimes at guard, when you block a guy like this, it's it's showing right there. His arms are on the outside. This guy whips his arms off. And I think that if you're a guard with a slide coming to you, you want to jump this guy almost. Make him stop at the line of scrimmage, especially this being a bigger dude that is not a big pass rusher.
Right.
I jump him so I don't have to deal with the bull rush because you know what he's going to do? He likes bull rushing.
Yep.
And I don't like that shit. That shit irritates me.
That's Star. That dude's strong as shit. I remember he used to play for the Panthers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to run right down the middle.
Right down the middle, right? And I don't want to deal with that shit. So I'm going to be like, center, hey, fuck his guy. Come help me. Like you're supposed to. He's got it. I mean, this guard does a pretty good job. The right guard does a good job here. He actually senses cat, like he sits down, he sits into this really well. He's flat. Now you just want to stay. You just want to. Well, that's good. That's good. I can
great
take that.
recovery. I thought he was in trouble for a second.
Yeah, he looked like he was. He looked like he was. Okay. Okay. Oh, so none of y'all can catch. Okay, I got you. This is gonna be a quick one.
It's too cold. My
For
fingers.
real.
My fingers. Oh, what the hell is 77 doing?
Okay, they're cutting. It's 3-step drop. That's why they're doing this.
Okay. Quick game.
Which look, man, I don't give a fuck how much coaching you do as an O-line coach. No offensive lineman wants to cut on a 3-step drop. Because if you miss, I've missed on a 3-step drop before.
That shit's getting batted down.
Your quarterback is about to get suplexed.
But also, you can't be the guy that stays up. Because if you stay up and you engage with somebody and your center cuts him, now it's a chop.
Now it's a high-low, yeah. Yeah,
so
that's
kind of
for us
gotta
guys, yeah.
It kind of sucked because like even the guy that was uncovered, we would have him just cut air, just so you didn't have the risk. So you didn't have the risk of the chop block or the high-low, So if you inadvertently have someone run into you and someone else is trying to cut that guy, that's a penalty. So we would just have everyone dive out. Everyone trying to cut something.
Yeah. Oh, we got a super chat here from Ryan Temples. $5 super chat. He says, say Cole Strange and Tom Brady sucks, please. It'll feel good, I promise. What? Say Cole Strange and Tom Brady sucks, please. It'll feel good, I promise. Tom Brady fucking sucks. Can you believe that Tom Brady was voted #1 on the NFL Top 100? Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's by players.
By players, you fucking pussy ass bitches. And Cole Strange, y'all both suck. We got the sex bot back again. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch preseason football, so I don't know much about Cole Strange yet.
Man. They voted this guy #1 again. #1. He's 45. You telling me he's better than Josh Allen? No. He has a loaded team. He has a loaded team. Put Tom Brady. Put him on any team except for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. And they don't they might make the playoffs, but they ain't going to the Super Bowl. Anyway,
and this is over a guy that's coming off back-to-back MVPs.
You know what I mean? Like, how was he number one? How was he number one? What has he done in the last season that makes him number one for this season? He lost in the playoffs. Whatever. Fuck him. Fuck him. All right, last play. Well, I'm looking at this. Okay, we got a 3-step drop here. Tackles look like they cut. They wanted the guards to stay up. That's apparent because you don't want the high-low. Tackles stay up, or tackles cut. And look, you can't teach an O-lineman to cut in 3-step because we're not going to do it. He's pass rushing. The moment he sees you dive, unless he is, and look, you can get these interior guys because a lot of times they're coming off straight up line. They're coming straight up. They're running straight on a line. These DNs are running on hoops. They're running hoops. They're running hoops. So it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. You're not going to get them. They don't never get them.
Yeah,
but also
best chance is to try to roll a couple times and hope they just step on you or something.
Okay, so yeah, or get the leg whip. So now
that's a fine
down. This is
on Tuesday. You get that FedEx.
Oh yeah, that leg whip is fine too. That's a nice little 5,000.
Yeah, I think I had one of those like my 3rd or 4th year.
They got me on the tripping too. Okay, so your pocket kind of fucks off on you, but you still get the first down. And he is like the bad body of bad body QBs.
Sleeping on Mac.
Oh, okay, that's a linebacker. All right, I got you. Okay, so we got this. Looks like base protection because your running back comes up and takes this guy.
Yeah, back steps up on 49. Yep.
In the A gap. So this is a base protection. Base protection is man protection. So that assigns you 2 guys. The running back has the linebacker. So this would have been, let me see here. So that means you would have had 2 in the box. You would have had 7 in the box. Or no, you would have had 6 in the box. They're in snap front. They're in the snap front. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 D linemen, 2 linebackers. I would say here that looking at this, if you're just looking from a logical standpoint, these 2 guys have to cover these 2 guys, or he has to cover this guy, and he has to cover this guy if they want to blitz. If they're going to blitz. He, a defensive end, is not covering this tight end. I would not assume. I think that's a mismatch in our favor if I'm on offense.
Yeah, so you want him covering him.
Because you want him to cover him, but look at who this guy is looking at. He's looking at this guy. He's going to cover him. He's going to blitz the running back. And this guy is going to, I would think he'd have to drop into coverage, or he might blitz. He might blitz. See what happens. Okay, he drops into coverage. He blitzes on the running back. He goes to cover the guy he was staring at. He's rushing. This is a good job right here, man.
These are defensive players. They're not too fucking smart.
Yeah. These are defensive players. You don't want to make it complicated for them. And a lot of times they give away a lot of the shit they're going to do anyways. But now the situation here stands that as it's man cover or man protection, he's going to block him. He's going to block him. Center can help either one if he wants. Whoever he decides to help, he can help. But he's going to err on the side of helping the D lineman because that's a linebacker on a running back.
Yeah. Not a pass rusher.
He should be able to handle that. Not a pass rusher. Not a professional pass rusher. This guy here looks like he's doing a good job. He's getting the bull rush. Like I said, them big boys want that bull. Oh, okay, good job. Good job. Look, it was late as fuck. But he got him.
Better late than never.
He got his hand on that hip, and this is what we call taking him further than he wants to go. This guard here is getting pushed back by this bull rush. But the moment that this guy makes his little rip under, he's going to try and make a move with the quarterback. So what do? You put your hand on his hip and you fucking run his ass. You might take out every old lineman on the line
Friendly fire.
You might, but that's the sacrifice that you got to make for the empire. And that's what he does. He runs that hip and just, I mean,
when I did, you did, we did. Yeah, it did. It did.
Dip, you dip, we dip.
Oh,
so
shit.
I would say just, off this first drive, and maybe, Justin, you can tell me if you feel the same way. They've got good core discipline with their technique. I would say the interior three are seem to be more solid than the tackles, but the tackles are passable. But the interior three does appear to me to have pretty solid technique. And it's not, you don't necessarily count you don't say, oh, because he gave up pressure there. That's you take away from how good the line is, but it's how does he react when he's under pressure here? He uses the right move. He uses the right technique to get this guy away from the quarterback. These guys, he's tackled 77.
I mean, their tackles have never been great.
They've never been world beaters.
They won all those years by protecting the middle for Tom so he could step up in the pocket and make the smart throw. I mean, think about, Trent Brown, this is his second stint with them. When he went to Oakland, he was not trash, but he wasn't nearly as good as he was getting with these guys. When Nate Solder left and went to the Giants, trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So something about the system.
Because if you look at both of these tackles, both of their chests are wide the fuck open.
Well, that man's 300. He's 390 pounds, so he could do that sometimes. It's just going to be a couple.
It's going to be hard to move, but you can't win. This is what gets compressed first is the width from the tackle.
Yep.
Almost every time. Their interior three is solid.
I'm with you.
Their tackles are questionable.
Ooh.
He got boy running for his life. He's like, shit.
You only know Mac had the sauce like that.
He had the sauce. You got to have the sauce.
Yeah. Or else you're going to be dead fucking with these guys.
Shoot. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it. That is going to be it for this Lineman Life Live. We got more sex bots in here. Let me get them out. All right, there we go. We do appreciate you guys being in here with us. Yes, I do know that the Jags traded Chenault. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier at the beginning of the show. But once again, appreciate you guys for being in here with us. You guys have been great. Make sure you click that link above that's pinned into the chat to join our fantasy football league. Remember, the password is OL2022, and that will get you into the league. We've got 18 spots left, so make sure you jump in there before it gets all filled up. We'll be having our draft next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That should be a good fun time. We're also going to have David Ricard on here from CBS Sports, providing us with some fantasy football guru update. And that we'll have him on here on Wednesday to do that. So for those of you who are fantasy football nuts or getting ready for your own drafts in your own leagues or getting ready for our draft, David will be giving us his thoughts on the picks that you should be making for the draft in your league. But that is going to be it for us here on Lineman Life Live. My co-host here, Justin Blaylock. We appreciate you guys very much. And we will catch you all. Yeah, keep that hot sauce away from your butts, okay? Keep the hot sauce away from the butt. No need for it to be there. Only going to get yourself some third-degree burns. That's going to be it for us. We will catch you guys on Wednesday. See y'all here again, 7:35 Eastern Time. Hope everybody has a wonderful night. We will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.